Hey Aries, and welcome to your 2020 to 2021 yearly reading. And welcome back to Deku Tarot to all my subscribers and supporters. Thank you so much. If you haven't, do make sure to subscribe and check out your monthly reads. So this is going to be a year ahead reading looking at 2020 to 2021. We're going to pull 12 cards, one for each month, a card for your overall theme of the year. And as we're pulling, we're going to be talking about the astrology because there's really important astrological things happening this year, and it's going to be really hard to hit on all of them. So I'm just going to hit on what I think is going to be extremely important, and we'll obviously be hitting more on them and all the intricacies month to month throughout 2020. So this is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. When I talk about the houses and, the different astrological conjunctions and what house it hits for you, do know that it is based upon, Sun and Aries. It would be more helpful to you to look up what your rising sign is and see what your houses are based on that. That would be a lot more helpful to look at your own year ahead. But again, this is just a general, so I'm going on, based as Aries as first house, second house Taurus, on and on and on. Okay, so Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's look at the 2020 astrology. We're using my original Rider-Waite deck to pull some cards for you. If you see me looking down, it's just because I've got a lot of notes here for some messages for you guys, okay? So let's start this off. On January 10th, we have the first of 6 eclipses this year. Yes, not 4, 6 eclipses. It is a lunar eclipse in the full moon in Cancer on the North Node. So that's going to be in your 4th house, pulling energy in for love and, feeling more taken care of and wanting to make sure that you're taking care of yourself and the people that you're closest to in your home and family. And that's going to be, again, eclipses. That energy sticks around for about a half a year or so. So expect that to be a major focus in terms of your 4th house energy. On January 12th, this is a really major event here. It happens every 33 to 38 years, and it lasts around 2+ years. It's a Saturn-Pluto conjunction. It's a really, really huge deal, and I'm sure if you go and watch the astrology videos that are out there, you're going to hear a lot about it. But yes, it is this global Saturn return that we're experiencing here. And as you can see on the bottom of the deck, as I say that, Wheel of Fortune is there. So there is major change coming in. And again, it's this karmic nature applying itself to the whole world. It's a completion of an almost 4-decade-long planetary cycle, bringing undertones of a lot of judgment. So Saturn is the Lord of Karma, also known as Kronos, the Greek god, which brings about, time and measure. He's very air-centered, very structural. He brings about, again, or represents the skeleton in which things are built around. Pluto represents Hades, the enactor of karma here. So there is this implosion and transformational energy going really deep there with Pluto. Saturn is, the celestial clock, and Pluto is the force that comes to power when time is due. So let's talk about this a little bit here. So, and this is going to be conjuncting at several different points, and we'll talk about that a little bit too. But this is happening at 22 degrees on the 12th in your 10th house of career, work, and change. There's going to be a big focus on that for you guys. A lot of career change and work focus for you. How can I better my career situation? What works best for me? So again, Saturn-Pluto conjunctions have really deep impacts, not just on ourselves, but on the world as a whole, the world at large here. And so it's kind of like this slow developing curve here with 2 retrogrades for both of these signs that, over this 2+ years, it's going to be hitting. The effects aren't visible at first. They're slow, they're constrained, explosion that really focuses on our structures built by Saturn and what we need, these things needing to undergo the test of time. Can they really work out for us, what we've built up, or must we now restructure the situation? So that's a really big theme that's happening for all the signs. It's a lot to go over, sorry. But then, okay, we have the 4th of April, the 30th of June, and the 12th of November. We have the Jupiter conjunction with Pluto. And that's another really big thing that's happening as well. So that's 9th and 10th house, really focusing on work here. So what... work where you can step up at these times, what you can make more secure in terms of your work and your financials. May 13th to June 25th, we have Venus in retrograde, and that's going to be in your 3rd house. We have June 5th, a lunar eclipse in Sagittarius on the South Node. So that's going to have you, again, because it's on the South Node, and South Node focuses on letting things go. We do have yes, this focus again on letting go of things, what we need to be done with in our 9th house. So we need to broaden our horizons, our education, our knowledge. And it's not really an ideal time, obviously, to go back to school. You're not going to feel very competent. You're not going to be able to hold information, it feels like. So it's a really good time for working more in the emotions. June 21st here, solar eclipse, new moon in Cancer in your North Node. So in your 4th house here of family, love, stability, you're going to be focused on creating your own tribe this year, because again, like I said, eclipses are about 6 months of energy there. On July 5th, we have another eclipse, a lunar eclipse, a full moon in Capricorn, North Node lunar eclipse here in our 10th house, which is going to be pulling in this essence of really you being able to work and express yourself, really shining your light out there, what works best for you, what makes you happiest in terms of career. So now, so yeah, there's a lot of focus on the 4th and 10th houses for you guys. So it's really blessed in terms of your career, your vocation, your family, and your love situation. On the 30th of November, we have the lunar eclipse full moon in Gemini in your North Node in the 3rd house of communication. So it's going to be helping you really articulate things in a really lovely and smooth way here. On the 14th of December, we have the final eclipse of the year on the total, it's going to be on the South Node. It's a total solar eclipse in Sagittarius. So it's going to be really focusing on letting go of faulty beliefs about yourself, things that you don't need to run away from anymore, okay? Now that you can now face them and let them go for good. On the 21st of December, this happens once every 20 years. It's a really, really big situation here. It's called the Great Conjunction. And it's Jupiter, which is, the good luck, expansive planet, benefic, and Saturn, which is, structure, that the paternal kind of energy there. And they're meeting, and so this is really interesting. It's like the structure of humanity is really going to be tested. The last time this happened was 2001 when we had 9/11. That made a big difference on a huge global scale. So can't say I'm not nervous for this, because it is a little bit nerve-wracking. We'll see where this hits, but I do feel that, considering what it is, we're going to be tested socially. We're entering an era of enlightenment, and it is asking us to grow and change, and especially in terms of our physical planet. How can we help it? What can we do? Global climate change is a huge issue that a lot of people, for some reason, are acting like it isn't an issue, and I do think that that's going to be something that gets really thrown in our face around this time if we don't, face this in about, by this time here, by the end of 2020, it's going to be big. On election day in the United States, we also have a really big thing happening. It's the Mercury stationing and going direct on that day. So we'll see how that one goes. We'll talk more about that when we get there. But there's a lot of really big things happening this year. Also, let me just quickly, because I forgot to mention, we do have the North and the South node changing May 5th. Yes, the nodes enter Gemini and Sagittarius, North Node in Gemini, South Node Sagittarius. So that's going to bring in a lot of focus on the formation of what we have accumulated here. We're really focusing on what we're doing and how we're utilizing ourselves. What do you know? South Node is really what we're wanting to step away from. So we're going to be releasing what we've believed, and especially, again, in terms of belief, spirituality, and focusing on what you're learning versus what you believe, and how that is shifting and changing. So that's a really big thing that's happening this year as well. All right, let's can it with the astrology now. There's a lot going on, and I know that was a lot to take in. I highly recommend watching White Light Astrology, Gregory Scott Astrology. I want to say Barbara Goldsmith, but I did notice that she changed her name like a little while ago to Bracha. Bracha Goldsmith. So if you want to go check out more in-depth astrology, I recommend all three of them. I don't have a degree in it. I do my own research, and that's what I know. Okay. So let's get into this, guys. My Aries, let's pull a card for each month here. Yes, okay. What a way to start out. I love it. All right, that's January. We're going to do February for Aries, major theme, events. Oh, we will take it. Your reading, your year so far is looking good, Aries. And if you guys didn't know this about me, my Vedic sun is in Aries. I am born at 0 degree cusp of Taurus and Aries. I have a huge Aries stellium, very intensely in Mars and Mercury, which to a lot of people assume I'm in Aries because of that. And I'm okay with that. I don't feel as Taurus as I do Aries and as I do Cancer, because Cancer is my rising sign. So I really associate with you guys a lot. And I wore red lipstick for you guys. I don't wear red lipstick for anybody. Ain't no man in my life that I will wear red lipstick for. All right, let's see. Still waiting on March now. Guys, I'm really liking your year so far. April for Aries. This is a good year so far. I mean, we're going to hit some stuff later on in the year, and we'll talk more about that astrology that kind of gets us slowed down. We'll talk about that. That'll be more second half of 2020, and we'll bring that up when it starts to happen, okay? Because things are looking so good. January, February, March, April. Let's look at May. Oh, Aries. June for Aries, major themes and energy. June for, July. Okay, fast. August. August for Aries. September for Aries. That's interesting. All right, October for Aries. Aries sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Ooh, Oh, I lost my count there for a second there. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. We're on to November. I almost did October again, and I was like, that's not right. November. I don't know. We'll have to look at you a little bit deeper. December. And we're going to pull one last card from a different deck. I'm going to pull it from my very special deck, which I only use this for full moons for you guys because it's very special. It's my own personal, very special deck. My Usi Pagan Otherworlds deck. I highly recommend it if you've been doing tarot a long time. It has a very good and intense feel to it. So let's see. Let's pull your overall year theme card. Overall theme for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the year of 2020 to 2021. What is their overall theme of this year? Let's see. Overall theme and energy. What in the heck, guys? One at a time. Just one card. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Oh my goodness. Okay, I guess we'll take it, right? That's an interesting one. We'll see how that plays out through this. Well, let's start off with your overall energy card. Let's talk about it. It's the Seven of Swords. Interesting, right? I'm sorry. I didn't realize my phone was falling out of my pocket, and there it goes. We'll just let it be. But Seven of Swords here is... I mean, as we know, the Seven of Swords is about things that are hidden, things that we don't know about. Or, again, It could also be that often people see it as kind of a sneaky energy. Somebody taking something behind your back when you kind of sense something is off and you don't know what it is. But the Seven of Swords, in the case of it being the energy for the year for you, to me, brings about a lot of discovery. We're discovering things about ourselves and about our life that we couldn't possibly see coming. Things are going to change in ways that we couldn't possibly imagine. And I say that because your reading looks amazing and surprising and beautiful, and like a lot of things are happening that feel very good. So I'm really excited for this year for you guys. Your first card out for January is the Fool. January 2020 is a card that I really love to associate with you guys. Just because it has that kind of go-getter, let's go do this. I don't care how this is going to end up, but the experience is worth it. The adventure is worth it. I don't know how this situation will go, but it's going to go. For example, I mean, my Aries energy and I have another Aries friend who moved, she was like, I want to move to Japan. I don't know how it'll work. I don't know how it's going to be, but I'm going to go there. I'm going to look for jobs. I'm going to make it happen. Aries made it happen. I moved down here. I'm from the Northeast, actually, Rhode Island area, and I moved all the way down to Florida. I just did that after college. I was like, you know what? We need to change. Gonna do it, trying out new things, going on an adventure. It's very much that Bilbo energy of I'm going on an adventure. And I love that about you guys. So as you start 2020, it feels like the world is your oyster. Where are you going? I don't know, but it feels good. I know things are working out for me. I've let go of anything that wasn't. It's like, especially in terms of career, I get for you guys, if things weren't working out, if you needed to make some big decisions and big changes throughout 2019, 2020 is showing you the results of your labor, and it has this lightened up energy here. As you go on to February, I feel it feels so good. So again, start adventures in January. Make decisions without really thinking fully about the consequences. Enjoy your life. Have that Fool energy of, I don't know where this is going to take me, but there are positive forces within you that are pushing you towards certain choices and certain adventures, and I say take it. Because look at this, February has 9 of Cups, your wish come true, emotional satisfaction, happiness. And like I said, guys, there is this really, like we talked about in the astrology, and if you skip through the astrology part and just came to this, I highly recommend you go watch the astrology part, because this kind of plays out that way. But like I was saying, there is this great focus again with 4th and 10th houses for you guys on career, vocation, family, love. So there's satisfaction, self-satisfaction that we're focusing on. We want to feel taken care of. And that starts off like right at the beginning of the year, January 10th. So in February, again, and it is kind of known as the month of romance and stuff, although I will be honest and say I hate February. It is the slowest, worst month of the year for me. I don't know why it always happens, but I do not like February. But for you guys, this feels like a really good February. Focus on what makes you happiest. Do what makes you happiest. Make your wishes come true. And it feels like if you take on that Fool energy right in the start of the year, you're going to be making your wishes come true. Believe in yourself. Have an optimistic, excited approach to life here. March has you with love. I love it, guys. March is amazing looking. We get 2 of Cups. That's an equal offer here. There is a fair exchange in terms of love. 2 people, 2 situations, an offer, and even a job. That is a fair exchange here. I think for a lot of you guys, though, this is falling in love. This is a relationship, taking it to the next level. Some of you might be getting proposed to, falling in love, again, just meeting a new partner, moving in with somebody. But there is an equal offer here in March, and we will talk about that beautiful energy when we get there. But let's move on now to April, because these are just one card general energy pulls. Obviously, month to month, we go very in depth. So keep an eye out. Make sure you're subscribed, and you'll see your monthly video where we'll go deep into what's happening for you and stuff, okay? But Justice card is April. I'm having a hard time with all this. And I like this actually because Justice is the card of Libra. Libra is ruled by Venus. April is, I'm an April Taurus, so I always associate April with Taurus energy, Aries energy. And for me, this is a very balanced energy for you guys. We have this great, it just feels good. This is half year month, half Taurus month. So things are really moving forward in a positive way. First house, second house, especially in terms of career. We're making probably some good decisions here. Good things are happening. Let me see if I have any notes on April for you guys. Any specific ones? Well, by April, we'll have Jupiter conjoined with Pluto. So there's going to be a lot of ratification and change in terms of what you believe. So that's just really only thing that I have there for April, but it does seem like it's a really good month in terms of truths coming out, making, again, ratifying changes, being very upfront and honest about things. You know, if this isn't working, I'm not going to run away from it. I'm not going to hide from it. I'm not going to baby myself about it. This is how it is. It's very truthful, very focused on what is, you know, black and white here. What is right? What is in reality? And what is the right thing to do? What's the just thing to do here? Also, again, for me, new business opportunities, signing papers, balancing out our checkbooks, having something positive in those areas, okay? Even in terms of law situations, possibly. Although I don't like to read about law and medical stuff, and I don't think it's fair. King of Pentacles, we get this for May. I really like this. This is a very Venusian, Taurian energy here. King of Pentacles kings usually represent the fixed energy, and May, like you know, we have Taurus starting out in April, moving into May, and then we get Gemini season. That's all second house, third house for you. There's a lot of, again, finances and communication focus. You're going to be getting real abundant by this time, it feels, or getting a lot more settled in your financial situations. I would say that this is probably not a great time to make any huge moves, but instead be stable, comfortable, and satisfied with where you're at. This is not really a card of action. You know, he's like, okay, things are coming into me now because I put in the work, and I don't really have to put in too much more effort because I've already built myself up to the king's level here. But it does feel like a very stable, secure energy here coming in, especially in terms of finances in this first half of the year. Then we get something interesting here in June, and we get the Page of Swords reversed. We could be having some issues with communication around then. We could be finding that we could be seeing things or hearing things that are displeasing to us, especially through online, or we could be just not hearing or seeing anything from somebody, you know, that we needed to, you know, an email back from or to hear from again. For me, the Page of Swords is like looking but not really upfront communication, you know, it's kind of secretive looking. And I feel that this actually brings up, what does this bring up for me? That's when the nodes enter Gemini and Sagittarius, and then Venus. Oh, okay. On May 12th, we have Venus retrograding in Gemini. So we are gonna be changing our ideas about, you know, what we're finding valuable now, and it's in your third house of your ability to do things. So how you utilize yourself, you know, you're going to have a lot of big value shifts here in what you're trying to learn and where you're placing your value. So to me, the Page of Swords also is an exploratory card when we're learning something new, when we're researching things. So we're learning and seeing new things here that are having us, again, really question, you know, where are we placing our values here? What are we really wanting to learn? What do we need to learn now in order for some shifting and changing to go on here, for us to enjoy, I think, work more, or enjoy a situation more, communicate better. Especially in terms of relationships. It also is saying, you know, if you're in a spying and like less than upfront mood that month, you're looking at things from behind the scenes, watch out for that. Here we get the Page of Cups coming up, and that's pretty good. Page of Cups for, what did I just say? Now I have to go through July, I believe, but I need to make sure. January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Yes, July. I like this because this is, you know, the Page of Cups is really the essence of love, the essence of romance, falling back in love, getting into something that, you know, especially creatively, that you're passionate about, excited about. It feels really, really good. I would have to say that this just feels like we're having a good time. We're having a good time, especially if we have children or younger people in our life. But there is this not that serious energy to August, enjoying ourselves, doing what we love, maybe even, you know, expressing some apologies or starting again, maybe starting new relationships and stuff. I don't know if it's something new, but it just feels like there's a nice air of romance to August, romance, interest, just this very light and kind of just nice energy here. That was July. I'm sorry if I just said that was August. This is August. I apologize, guys. August. Four of Pentacles reverse here. This is a really, really nice energy. Four of Pentacles reverse kind of lets go of the foundations that we have. And August has us, you know, as we step into fall, often that finds, you know, people moving, changing, letting go of their roots. And I do feel for some of you, the summer into fall, August into September might have you moving, might have you, picking up your roots and leaving, going somewhere else, because September is the Eight of Wands. So for some of you, you're packing up life where you were, or even a job, a situation here, and you're like, I'm ready to switch my foundation. Yeah, I understand that this maybe was working, but I'm not as satisfied, or I need to change something here, change something about what I have built, my career, my money, my finances, all that kind of stuff upon. It's what it feels like to me, our home even. And then September, we do have the Eight of Wands, a very busy energy, but also very fun. It could have you communicating a lot, moving, traveling. It's a really good energy here. Eight of Wands is one of my favorite cards to get, because especially with Aries, it's, bing, bang, boom. We're going, we're doing this, we're doing that. We're making things happen. We could be communicating a lot and, again, traveling a lot. But it's very good. Very busy month, it feels. I find that September is often a busy month for you guys. And for a lot of people, really, just in general. But Knight of Cups is October. So there is love and energy, a very romantic energy. He's even more romantic to me than the Page of Cups, because he's very much like a dreamer. He's my Piscean energy. What is like a dreamy romantic situation here? And, how can I bring more love and romance in that dreamy energy here? How can I bring love into my life and into whoever I want to bring's life here? It's just very intelligent with high values of important love messages to give here. And for some of you, it's, advancing to that next level of relationship, having an invitation, having somebody tell you, I care about you, I love you. Or again, it's creative ideas possibly coming to light for you, offers coming to light that are really wonderful and that are emotionally fulfilling for you. Let's get on to November. November is Temperance, which is interesting because that's Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is showing up in its own month here. Awesome. So we get Temperance, which is, for me, bringing things that haven't been in alignment, and adapting them maturely to where life is at, coming back into alignment, bringing things back into balance here. Where have things, let's look at the past, the present, and the future. If we dealt with this like this, then is it going to behoove us to do that the same way this time, or how can I adjust? How can I adapt to the situation and really raise my vibration, raise my energy to a better level here? How can I better deal with the situation? And November is, again, that lunar eclipse in the full moon in Gemini in the North Node. So this is a really great time to, again, communicate and bring things back into alignment, especially through communication, quite beautifully. It's very nice. Just a nice sense of healing, relaxation, things kind of just coming back into balance in a really nice way. And we end the year here with the Star in December. That's really nice. This feels like the light at the end of a long, dark tunnel. Feels like the Fool has been chasing the star all year, and there it is. Huge transformation. Huge amounts of healing wherever you've needed to be healed here. It's also a lot of inspiration and a transcendent way of living in life here. It's just, just very, very beautiful. Sorry, I almost just knocked over all those notes. But it's just a very enlightened, pure, finding your inner light that you've probably been seeking, finding wherever it is that you've been trying to get to throughout this whole year. It just feels great. We're getting there. We're aligned. The universe has had our back the whole time. Yes, awesome. It's just a feeling of like, I don't know, just things working out and you kind of feeling a lot more celebratory, a lot more, again, just pure, aligned, like you've gotten rid of a lot of stuff this past year. And 2020 has you just like going, moving forward. There's going to be times, obviously, of big release in this new decade, in this new first year of the decade. And we're going to be learning a lot of things about ourselves that maybe we didn't even know, changing in ways that we never expected, living life in ways that we never expected, having opportunities that we absolutely cannot even possibly see right now. So 7 of Swords, yes, it's the energy for the year for you guys, but I love it. I love it. You have no idea how good everything is going to be this year. You have no idea what you're about to be offered. You have no idea, and you cannot see where this could all be going, but you have to trust here. It's going in a really wonderful way. So Aries, that is your 2020 to 2021 yearly reading here in astrology. Again, check out other astrologers for deeper knowledge on it. do make sure to subscribe. Do make sure to hit that wiggly bell, because I go live and stuff and I don't always, let everybody know. So make sure to do that. Make sure to check out your monthlies every month, okay? And if you want to book a private reading, guys, all my information on booking a reading is always right below my video in the description box. Again, also follow me over on Instagram if you want. I do other announcements and stuff, and communicate a little bit better with everybody over there. So have a wonderful and blessed year, guys. I will see you each and every month. Namaste, my amazing Aries.